Yeah.
But you're considered one of the, quite frankly, one of the best color analysts in the NBA.
Well, that's very
flattering. How do you feel about that? What do you, can you say to that?
I don't know who's judging that, so it may not mean much. I don't know who took the survey, but I've been hired again and again. I'm in 25 years doing it, so I figure I'm doing something right. And I think a lot of that is, I don't like to criticize the players. I like to point things out, but there's a way to do it diplomatically. And you know, it's interesting. I'll go back to your previous question. The biggest influence on me as far as being a broadcaster was my mother, who taught me how to speak correctly, so that you know, she made sure that I knew the difference between an adverb and a verb and an adjective and all of those things, and the past perfect tense of a verb, because a lot of people, and it doesn't matter anymore because everybody's so sloppy with language that you know, someone can say, well, you should have saw him on the weak side. Well, you should have seen him on the weak side. You know, he should have did it this way. He should have done it this way. Grammar is a thing of the past. It's not important to a lot of people. It's important to me. It was important to my mother, and so she taught me how to speak, and so I got a good education, and that has served me well.
Definitely, because like I said, you're considered one of the best color analysts in the NBA. So, and for the Warriors, of course. And now, speaking about the Warriors, how do you see the team? What do you think they're going to need to get back into the playoffs?
Well, they're going to need a little more help right now. The team is so injured this season, as it was last year too. But besides that, even if everybody were healthy, it's still a very, very young team. And Steven Jackson's now gone. So I believe Mikey Moore, who has been a journeyman for a dozen years, and then Corey Maggette, the only players, you know, over 30. And it's just going to take a little bit of time. You've got, I think, to have a championship team, to have a playoff contending team, you have to have one superstar, and you have to have another star that can do some things. Now, is Monte Ellis, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, I'm not going to compare that. He's not at that level. He's not at LeBron James, but he's damn good. He's getting better. I see Anthony Morrow developing and growing in his game. He's come so far in 1 year. So could he be that secondary type star? Maybe. I don't know. Brandon Wright, we've never got a glimpse of. I think he can be a terrific basketball player. Anthony Randolph has all this potential, but it's still, Lucinda, potential. He's a long ways away from being a real contributor on a night-in, night-out basis. He has that potential, but the young man's only 20 years old, played 1 year of college basketball. I believe that these players would be better had they stayed in college for 2 or 3 years. Now, there are you know, different people. Obviously, Monte Ellis didn't really hurt him and hadn't hurt LeBron James, but there are exceptions to the rule. I think if you stay in college and play for 2 or 3 years and get some fundamentals, then you have something to back yourself on. You have great athleticism and all that, you know, natural ability, but then you have the fundamentals, knowing how to play the game. So it's still going to take some time. It's going to take, you know, Anthony Randolph, he's got all the, he could be a superstar in this league, but the jury's still out where he's going to go in that. So they're still a year or two away with the personnel that they have right now.
What do you think about our rookie, Stephen Curry?
I like Stephen Curry a whole lot. And, you know, it took Steve Nash a lot of years to really evolve as a great player. He was a 2-time MVP. I mean, Dallas let him go. His first year in Phoenix wasn't very good. So Stephen, I think, has come along real well, and I love the way he thinks the game, and I think he's the type of player you can build a team around him as a point guard.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for being part of Warriors World TV. Extremely honored to have you here. And again, catch him every Warrior game, definitely, so you can hear his play-by-play, because it's exceptional. So you won't miss a beat with Jim Barnett. Thank you so much again.
Lucinda, thank you. I'm going to review this now. I don't ever look at things. I'll go back and look at this one on site.
Right. Thank you so much. Well, I hope you enjoyed that interview with Jim Barnett. This is Warriors World TV, and of course, I'm your host, Lucinda Herrera. See you next time.